We're going to take a look at Katadyn's Vario microfilter. This is used for water filtration. It's an excellent option for anybody who's doing backpacking, camping, anybody who's in some sort of a situation or at a work site where they need to filter water, or for anybody that's looking for a water filtration system for some sort of emergency or survival options. There are two things about this filter system that make it kind of stand out from some others that are available on the market. One of those is that it has a very high flow of output. You can see that it has a dual action pumping mechanism, and what that means is that it is going to pump water through the system on the upstroke as well as the downstroke. Another standout feature on this filter is going to be, it's kind of a dual filter between a synthetic and a ceramic. And Katadyn actually gives you the option with this filter to choose which one you're going to use based on the sort of water conditions you have. So let's take a look at those actual filters inside the Vario. Taking the top housing with the pumping action off of the filter, and you can see it's exposed the ceramic filter that's included here. And attached underneath of that is going to be your synthetic filter cartridge. There is a carbon core to this, as most filters include. It does reduce taste as well as some chemicals by having that carbon core. And one of the interesting things about this filter is that it is replaceable carbon. So as time goes by, as you use that, you can replace the carbon in it, which will long-term will increase the taste of your water, so it will taste better. It removes bad flavors from water, and it also can reduce some sort of chemicals that may be found in your drinking water. It is not removing the chemicals, it's just reducing it. So that unique feature of being able to adjust which filtration method you're using here, the synthetic versus the ceramic, based on your conditions of your water, is a unique feature. I don't know that it exists on most or any other filtration systems. You can see on the side here it says faster flow, and you've got an arrow mark that's pointing towards it. When this arrow is lined up over top of that, it will be using the carbon core as well as that synthetic filter we looked at earlier. So this allows a lot of high output of water to be pumped through the filter at that one point in time when it's set up to use that synthetic filter system. That's good for water that looks relatively clean, or you know it's coming from a relatively clean source. It doesn't have a lot of particulate and junky matter, and isn't kind of a murky color. If you're filtering from more of a dirtier, murkier water system, there's the other side of this, which is marked as longer life. And all you need to do is remove the housing, the pump housing as we have here, and you're going to turn that arrow so it's going to line up with longer life. And what it's going to do is going to transition the filter to use the ceramic. So ceramics pump slower, but they're very good at cleaning out particulate matters, even very tiny stuff that's hard to see. So it's going to pump a little bit slower, but it's basically going to catch a variety of stuff that's underneath, and what that's doing is keeping the life of the synthetic a lot longer than a basic synthetic filter would be doing. So some other items that are included with the Vario is a nice hard cap that fits over the bottom portion here. This is the point where your output hose would come out. So you'd be attaching your hose, running it into another bottle, or in a case where you have a bottle that will screw onto the bottom, you can just attach it directly. When you purchase the Vario, it includes this output hose. So here is going to be your pre-filter that you would put into your water source. This is kind of a buoyancy piece that keeps it from hanging in the bottom of a creek. This end would attach to the filter as an input hose. And as you can see, they've included a nice bag that says outlet hose. You don't really want to match up your clean hose, which would be the one in the bag, the outlet hose going into your freshwater source or your filtered water source versus your input hose. So they've given you a nice bag to store the clean hose in and labeled it for you. That's in here. This is included with the filter when you purchase it. And they've got this nice little design that's like a fits-all bottle clasp. So this piece is kind of, you can hook this up, it fits over the end of that. And it kind of functions like a large paper clip, where then you can take that hose and pretty much attach it onto any sort of a bottle system. Your hose would be attached to that and anchored into there if for some reason you have a bottle that doesn't actually screw onto the bottom of the filtration unit itself. For cleaning the ceramic filter, they include a Brillo pad. All it's need to do is kind of scrub that down and you can remove the dirt from it and continue to use it. There's quite a few O-rings included here for maintenance purposes, as well as some lubricant to lubricate that pump and keep that mechanism working smoothly. You also see there's a nice black bag. You can kind of pack the whole thing into it, and it easily fits into a backpack or any sort of an emergency kit. So the output capacity on the Vario microfilter is going to be about 530 gallons or 2,000 liters. This is really depending on the quality of water that you're filtering. So you need to take that information with a grain of salt. The filters do need to be replaced once they're completed and clogged. You'll need to replace them for further use. A little bit of information about the output flow is going to be that it does about 2 quarts per minute, which is pretty quick. So this filter is going to be really suitable for folks by themselves, but definitely anybody who's backpacking or camping with a group of people and needs to filter a lot of water.